Hello, welcome to the second demo of Eden AI for aquatic environmental intelligence. Right now, we're loading into the actual screen, and I just wanted to show you guys the full, overview of the features that we have, using this application. So we load into this actual screen, the home screen, and we're able to, we're prompted to actually, you know, input a file. So I'm going to input one of these files. A lot of these files are from satellite data that we get, and I'll show you how you can actually access satellite data using this application. But we can import the data, and in this data we have all these other names for features, and we can change the names of those features. Here they are right here, the full data set that we have. And this data set has a bunch of features that are used for water quality and red tide, and we are able to download a CSV file or JSON file, whatever we want, and it's going to display some data information for us, description of the data, same thing as in the last demo. But this time we actually have a map of every single one of the data points that are taken, and this is crucial for the research that we do and the actual researchers who would be using this too. And going further down, we have scatter plots and graphs that we're able to use. We can change them however we need. We can change this to latitude, and it's gonna redo the actual map itself or graph itself, and it's gonna change how everything's displayed, and then we can just do this however we want again, and we change the x and the y for the scatter plot. Of course, do this at your discretion. You don't want to randomly plot latitude and longitude, but if you do, you will get a nice fancy map of Florida sideways at least. But yeah, and that shows me that this data set is good and this data set is working, which is exactly what we want. And if it wasn't working as best, we could clean the data. And but this data is a pretty good data set that we have because it's literally coming from a satellite, um, which I'll again show you guys how to do. But we can proceed towards the trends. Trends, we can look at this. There's time-based data, uh, non-time-based data, and there's also categorical data. For this data set, we don't have any time-based, so we have to use non-time-based. And again, same thing as in the homepage. We can tailor how we want what we want these graphs to put out, and that's exactly what they're going to do, right? And so we get to see those plots, get to see the variables, the actual numbers associated with each feature in the data set, according to what we choose. Again, we can change this at however we want, change the scatter plot, and allowing us to get the full wealth of data visualization, which is everything we want. And it's actually pretty intuitive system. I actually accidentally used it for my own stuff, but we can proceed towards the important part, which is the prediction. And for this data set, we can use we can predict chlorophyll levels, and yeah, we can add in this portion as well just to get that, because we are using random forest, and we can choose the model that we want to actually train the data set on, um, and then we can train that model. And then what's this is going to do? It's actually going to train the model, which is why it's taking a little long because it's actually training random forest regressor, which is an ensemble machine learning model that we can use, and it's just going to output that data, or sorry, output like an actual model, and it's going to give us the predictions as you'll see in a couple of seconds here. To Here we go. And oh my gosh, yeah, this is actually pretty good. It's a little off, but this is actually a pretty good data set. And again, it's predicting the chlorophyll levels, and we can change this as well. But that's pretty freaking good. And then we can actually change. We can predict the chlorophyll levels based on whatever other data that we want to predict chlorophyll levels for, and we'll be able to do that here. And it spits out that predicted value, which is absolutely freaking amazing. Yeah, and then we can go to red tide and predict red tide as well. right. Now, moving forward, I do want to show you guys how to import data from an actual satellite, right? So basically here you can just input the type of satellite data that you want. I'm going to put in MODIS, which is a certain satellite, and then I'm going to put in chlorophyll, which is going to give me, data sets with chlorophyll A in it, which is a very good indicator of, red tide, which is what gives red tide that red color. And so, yeah, I'm going to put in MODIS here. And then I'm just going to search for those data sets. I actually really like this feature because this is absolutely freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, this is not professional at all. But like I actually love this software. So yeah, I'm gonna get the satellite data. It's gonna search for that using Earth data. And so it's gonna populate all these different data sets. And I'm gonna pick. I don't even know which one I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one of them. Yeah, I'll pick this one. And it really doesn't matter which one I pick. I can change the time frame. So yeah, I can change the time frame. So we can go a day earlier to the 19th, and then we can scroll down and we can actually fetch the data. Oh my gosh, this feature is absolutely freaking awesome. Fetch the data, and then what it's gonna do is gonna fetch the data, and it's gonna convert that data into a .csv file, which is how I got the file in the last section of this video. Is literally just doing this, and it's gonna. Oh my gosh, you just gotta look. You gotta look. You gotta look. Okay, okay. Get ready. Get ready because this is freaking awesome. This is awesome. Just wait. Just look. Oh my gosh, it's loading, but it's gonna get there. It's loading. Yeah, also, this is a voiceover. This is actually just me using the software, and I'm just doing a voiceover on it. But yeah, this is actually me using the software. So, like, not real time me using the software, but yeah. Oh my gosh, here, CSV file. We can download the CSV file, and yeah, it'll populate or download. I didn't wrong word there. And oh my gosh, yeah, yeah, about a 3 megabyte file. And yeah, I can, oh my gosh, freaking awesome. And then so we can scroll all the way back up here, right, to the upload file, and we can import the data, right, using the .csv file. Now, in the other section of this video, I already had one of the data sets loaded, which is what all of these are, all the data in different like files, but that at different times. But I can go to the downloads file, which is where it just was, and then I can click on it. And what it's gonna do is it's going to load in, and it's gonna do the same thing like last time. Loading, and it finishes, and then literally same exact thing. We can change the names for all the features. Uh, it's data display, data information. Everything's just there for us. And again, map. Oh my gosh, I freaking love this feature. I love the map part. And yeah, I can also clean the data. It's a little my computer's a little slow right now. But yeah, and then we can predict future events. Um, but we if we needed to, we could clean it. But yeah, we're gonna clean it first, and then we're gonna go predict future events just to make sure that the data is actually clean because we did just import it from the satellite. But the satellite data is pretty good. So yeah, there's really nothing there. And so we're trend analysis, same thing. Uh, Categorical data this time. We can look at everything how everything's actually being distributed. Really good analytics here actually. Really good information. Really good information that we have here. Again, once this is actually deployed, you guys can use this for yourself, and this also shows us the probability of red tide as well based on that chlorophyll A data that we have, which is very important, very important. And yeah, it's awesome. And so we can also generate a report here. And so, we generate the report and then we can download the full report as a PDF. And basically, that's the game, man. We can and then, here's the report. Of course, we can add graphs in like last time, but yeah, here. Yeah. So that's it for me. I mean, yeah, use it. Eden. I'll share with you guys what Eden means next time.